So today there was a new mode announced for Cold War Zombies, and what that mode is, it's called Zombies Onslaught. Now, I'm not, how do I say this? Like, I'm like, after looking at the trailer, reading the description, and reading about the exclusivity, which is something we'll get into a little bit, I'm not too interested in this mode. I mean, it's going to be interesting, but I'm not too interested, if that makes any sense. But either way, I think you guys will understand when we actually explain how this mode is going to work, because it just doesn't sound like something that at least someone who's really into zombies will be interested in too much, because like, it just isn't. And obviously the information we're getting here is both from what we saw in the trailer and also the description they gave us, so this is all official information. I'm not making up things. But so how the mode works and how it's kind of interesting, I guess you could say, is how it works is that it's only a 2-player co-op. There's no 3, 4, it's just 2, and I think it has to be 2. I'm not aware of it being solo, but they made it sound like it's mainly built for 2 players, which is cool and all. But you will be playing these maps on multiplayer maps, again, something you'd be able to tell from watching the trailer, which, you know, it's fine and all, cool stuff. But either way, when it starts kind of getting interesting is obviously you're going to spawn in with your loadout, but we're unaware if you're going to get any other weapons around the map. We're unaware if there's going to be pack punch. We're unaware if you're going to be able to get perks or anything like that. We're not sure how that's all going to work, but watching the trailer and watching it back, I didn't see any like mystery box or anything like that. I didn't see any wall buys. I didn't see anything of that sort in generally. So you know, I just don't know if we're going to have any other weapons besides our loadout guns. I mean, there's a possibility that could be the case, but we're going to have to wait and see how that all plays out. But either way, let's talk about the whole idea behind this mode. And this is why I'm not too interested in this mode, because how it works is that there's going to be an orb around the map, and you have to go to where this orb is. And when I say you have to, I mean you have to, because there's a safe area around the orb, and that's the only place you could be, because if you go outside of it, you will start taking damage. This is something we actually saw inside the trailer, and it's a thing. I don't know, man. You have to stay around it, and you have no other choice, or you'll take damage. So, you know, weird stuff right there. But then it continues, because being next to the orb, nothing, yeah, something's going to happen, obviously, and the orb just becomes a soul box. So, yeah, that's fine. It's going to be a soul box, and you have to fill it up. And once you fill it up to a certain point, it's going to start moving. And when it moves, you have to continue to stay by it, because you have to stay next to it because of the safe zone. Or maybe the safe zone disappears during the movement. I'm not entirely sure, but it didn't really make it clear. But, you know, one way or the other, it's going to move, and then you have to go to the next area, do the same thing. You have to stay in the safe area, get kills next to it, and that thing. And of course, as you go on, the zombies get more difficult, and boss zombies and dogs and things that we saw in the trailer are going to spawn on you and try to kill you, obviously. Another thing they mentioned is that there's going to be elite enemies, and I don't know if these are like the boss zombies or something, because what they said about them, at least in the description, is that they're more powerful adversaries compared to regular zombie masses. However, they don't count them as cannon fodder. Restricted areas can bring them within arm's length, which is all they need to bring you down, you and your duo down. So I'm assuming the elites are the boss zombies. I could be wrong, but that's what it's sounding like to me personally. I mean, it could be something else. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm most definitely sure it is that elite zombie. But again, as you continue, you want to go to different areas, defend it, gets different kills next to it, escort it, and all that stuff. And yeah, in the end, I'm assuming it does end at one point, and we know this because they said once you are done, you will receive, rather based on your performance, a bronze, silver, or gold star. And yeah, that's how this mode works. So let's talk about this mode, because it literally sounds like the worst parts of zombies, if we're being completely honest. Like, the worst Easter egg steps are escort, soul boxes, and confined steps. Those are the worst ones, and literally this is all 3 of them, because you have to stay within a certain area of the orb, possibly at all times, and then you have to fill up it constantly. and with souls, and then it moves around that you have to kind of escort it. So it's literally all the worst Easter eggs wrapped into one, and it's kind of surprising to me that this was thought to be a good idea. I mean, I get that it's supposed to be challenging, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. Like, I never heard too many people saying they were fond of soul box steps or escort steps or confinement steps. I mean, I'm not entirely against confinement steps and soul box steps, whereas escort steps, they don't belong in zombies, but either way, it's still like, you know, the entire idea behind the mode is just that. To me personally, I just think it's a poor idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's just not going to be that fun. I mean, I imagine I'll play it just to get gold star on all of them, just because I'm a nerd like that, but I never imagine I'm going to be playing this for fun, because it just doesn't seem that interesting to me. I just, like, don't know. But yeah, I mean, one thing that I think would be, when what I originally thought Onslaught was going to be, and I think they should still do this, except without the exclusivity thing that we'll get into in a little bit, is do the same thing, have zombies spawn on these multiplayer maps, but just add in doors, add in perks, add in pack-a-punch, and just add in the mystery box and all the stuff that you have for a normal zombies game, and just make these zombies, or excuse me, these multiplayer maps into survival maps. I mean, if we're already doing Onslaught and we're having zombies on them, then what's stopping them from just making these maps into survival maps? And this is what I thought it was going to be, and this is what I hope maybe they'll implement in the future, based on that they already have, at least have some groundwork into adding zombies into this, and the zombie spawns are already set into this because we have this Onslaught mode. So it has the foundation to make this into something that is actually interesting instead of an Onslaught mode, you know, that probably no one's really interested in, which maybe by design, if we're being honest. Like, maybe they didn't put too much effort into Onslaught because of the exclusivity, and yeah, maybe that's a little conspiracy behind that, who knows. But either way, like I said, not too interested in the mode, but I think that it can potentially bring something good into zombies, which is, of course, as I mentioned, maybe turning multiplayer maps, or select multiplayer maps, maybe not all of them, maybe just the ones that work for this, work into being survival maps, that is. Maybe you can turn them into that, except with one exception. If you do that, don't keep this exclusivity thing to those also, only the Onslaught mode, because my gosh, guys, it's back again once again. This happened last year with Spec Ops Survival, but it's back again. This mode, Zombies Onslaught, is going to have a year-long exclusivity to it. So Xbox and PC players will not be able to play this thing until the year of our Lord 2021, and it's not even at the start of the year, it's at November 1st 2021, guys. So it's going to be a while for Xbox and PC players. Now the good news is this mode doesn't seem like it's going to be too cool, which, you know, it's fine, I guess. So you're not missing out on too much from what it sounds like. So I guess there's not that much to be worried about, but at the same time, it does suck that you're not getting everything in the game, and I get that, and it does suck, I agree. But I'm just trying to look for bright spots here, guys. I'm just saying that, you know, the mode doesn't look like you're going to be missing out on too much. So yeah, again, I hope they don't like add in like survival maps for multiplayer and have that PlayStation exclusive. That would be cringe. But yeah, currently I don't think it's that big of a deal currently, because I do like the trade-off that we're having here, even though I don't think this trade-off needs to happen, because personally I hate exclusivity entirely. I'm not a fan of it. I know some people like to simp for their consoles and stuff like that, and like to have their stupid exclusives. I don't like exclusive games or timed exclusive. I think they're dumb. But either way, I think that, you know, this is something that it's a good trade-off for what we're dealing with, because like, it's better than what we had to do in the past, because up until Modern Warfare, PlayStation, or whoever had the rights at that time, it was Xbox in the past, they would get to play every single post-launch map, whether it be zombies or multiplayer, an entire month early. Now, because of locking this mode, this one mode, an entire year for PlayStation, now we don't have to worry about that. Like, everyone's going to get all the multiplayer maps at the same time. Everyone's going to get all the PlayStation map, or excuse me, all the zombie maps at the same time. I also, you know, I know it's a common mistake to get PlayStation and zombies mixed up. I know I'm not the only one, but either way, yeah, I think, you know, it's a better trade-off than what, you know, again, it sucks. I'm not trying to defend Activision Treyarch here, because I literally have no reason to, because I think that this is not a good idea. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't think it's the greatest mode anyways. You're going to be missing out on much, and also I think the trade-off for what we possibly could have instead is not worth it. So, you know, dealing with the situation we have, I think it's better than what we dealt with in the past, but at the same time, it does still suck. Either way, guys, that's going to be about it for this video, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on everything about this mode. You think it's looking good, looking trash? You think it's just going to be kind of a one-time thing? You're just going to play it one time or something? Or you think you're going to play it multiple times? I mean, you'll probably play it multiple times until you get that gold star, but after that, you know, I don't know, man. But either way, again, love to hear your thoughts on the mode and also on the exclusivity around it. Do you think that this is worse than Spec Ops Survival because literally no one played that? Or do you think it's just kind of the same story and it's worth it in the end? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. I'm sure people will play this more than Spec Ops Survival because Spec Ops is trash and Zombies is godlike. But at the same time, like, again, not the greatest mode. But either way, guys, I'm just going to be quiet already because, like, I'll probably start ranting about Spec Ops and how much greater Zombies is than it. But we don't want to do that here. But either way, like I said, that's about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then definitely do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff. But I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys next stream video, where that may be, and laters, guys.